Okay, hello, hello. I hope I'm live on Facebook. Let me know if you want to join me on Facebook, you can. All right, all right. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I'm Peaceful Nick the Medium. I am an evidential medium and I specialize in healing messages, and my spiritual guidance readings have gone over great. People requested longer sessions, so I have added a 40-minute session to my calendar. So if you're interested in spiritual guidance, you can book that right on my website. Links in my bio. And what is spiritual guidance? Oh, there are many different kinds of spiritual guidance. But what I do for spiritual guidance is I connect to my guides. Let me turn up my light here. I can't see. I connect to my spirit guides and I channel messages for you for whatever issue you want to know about. Sometimes that's relationships. I get a lot of questions about relationships and love, and will he come back to me, and will we be together forever? I get questions about family and friends, and will I buy this house, or what should I do in this situation at work? So spiritual guidance comes in a lot of different ways. It's not a one size fits all thing. So there are many types of spiritual guidance. And so say hello if you're over here. And so because my spiritual guidance sessions were so popular and booking up so fast, I just opened a bunch of spots on my calendar and added a 40-minute session to the already existing 20-minute session because people were like, can I buy more time? And I'm like, I have another reading. So I made some more space in my calendar for spiritual guidance. You can also do, aside from channeled spiritual guidance, which is mainly what people ask for, there are just spiritual coaching and intuitive coaching, which is where people want to know other more specific questions, where they want to have a plan. They want to have, like, it's more than one answer. It's kind of like a plan over several months or several weeks or over the year. What should they do in this situation? There's also the type of guidance that is emotional healing. If you're on Facebook, could you say hi or something? Because I can't see any comments yet. So if you could say hi, that would be great. And if you're on TikTok, if you want to join me on Facebook, you can. It will be live on YouTube tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, talking about the telepathy tapes. So if anybody is interested in that, let me know. And hello, everyone on TikTok. I also help people in my spiritual guidance with emotional healing. Sometimes people come from a very dysfunctional background and they're trying to change their life and move into a new direction. And so, hi, Crystal. And so I help them, I guide them through the process of what can you do for emotional healing. For example, you can read self-help books if you don't want to go to talk therapy. You can find a coaching program that's specific to... Hi, Jane. Thank you for saying hi. I know it's cold where you're at. My sister was just telling me. So you can ask people, or when people ask, how do I heal this part of me? And I can give them, certain guidelines, but then I can direct them to, okay, but now that you have these guidelines, maybe check out this resource or this resource or this resource. I am not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a licensed therapist. I'm a spiritual guide. So I do my best. Oh, yeah. I do my best to allow people to get some answers and guidance and then resources for further help because every situation is different. I also help people with meditation and mindfulness practices. I can walk people through meditation, teach them how to meditate instead of just saying, oh, you have to be in this perfect Zen state and you have to have no thoughts in your mind. That's not really practical. And most people who are busy, working, have kids, have families, taking care of a parent, etc., taking care of 5 dogs, whatever their situation is, most people don't have the time to sit and clear their mind completely. So that's not always practical. Now, I can teach people how to do that, but I also teach them more practical ways like, hi, Army. Hi, honey. I'm doing a dual live over here on Facebook and TikTok. I'm talking about spiritual guidance. So everybody follow Ermi. She's wonderful. She's on Facebook and TikTok and probably YouTube, I imagine. So Ermi's wonderful. And so as far as meditation and mindfulness, if you don't have the time to have the perfect Zen 1 hour thought-free meditation, which is most people don't, you can do the dishes and say, I'm washing the dish, I'm washing the plate, I'm washing the dish, I'm washing the plate, and just focus on that. You don't have to have the train of thoughts zooming through your head at all times 24 hours a day. Most of our problems happen because our thoughts make it worse. We get caught up in the negative flow of thoughts, especially, and I've been talking about this a lot. I've made some videos about it. When we turn off the news, it's very helpful. If we are doom scrolling or watching the news or watching our favorite creators report the news, it can be very stressful and cause us to spiral. I know some people who do that now, and it's like, it's really not good for you. Pick a couple of things you're interested in, focus on that. There's no need to watch 24/7 coverage because you're not going to change anything right now. You can get involved in certain things, a couple of different things that you can handle, and then the rest of it, leave up to the other people who are going to take care of it. You can't solve all the problems in the world, in the US, overnight by yourself. And just thinking about it constantly is not helping you, and it's not helping anybody else. So that's part of being mindful, is being aware of what's in your mind and not clogging it up with a bunch of negative garbage. Because 99% of the news is repeated junk. And we don't need to constantly hear repeated junk all the time. And it's depressing. So hello, everybody. Please put any questions in the chat about spiritual guidance, mediumship, or anything like that interests you. Spirit art. So you can see I have paintings here in the background. This is part of my artistic practice. I meditate by putting on music that I love because I'm a huge music person. And I'll put my AirPods on and I'll put on music and I'll just blast it. And I just paint. And I can paint for 4 or 5 hours straight. And then I'm like, oh, my legs hurt because I like to stand up and paint. And I'm like, oh, my knees hurt. And I'm like, oh, and I look at the clock and it's been like hours of just connecting with spirit, connecting with the universe, connecting with the ether and whatever's coming through for me. And it's a beautiful way to, now not everybody has to be an artist. You can just draw circles on a picture or draw, flow state. Thank you, Ermi. That's exactly what it is. Flow state. You can just draw circles or draw stickmen or, color. Oh, my coloring book's in the hall. Get an adult coloring book and just get some inexpensive markers and just anything to take your mind off of the flow of thoughts that are just plaguing everyone. Because it's like we're all gripped with fear and worry right now. Nobody knows what's going to happen, and we need to breathe, slow it down, get recentered, be around the ones you love, tell the ones you love them, be with them. And you have an artistic side. This is the side of your brain, the right side that connects to spirit and does the artwork and anything creative. And then the left side is the analytical side. And when we're in the mind where we're the hamster on the wheel, tick, 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 tick. That's this side. That's the left side. And it's just going and going and going. And we need to move it over to this side. That's why coloring, drawing, painting, making clay, Play-Doh, anything, build Lego blocks, doesn't matter. Just get out of that state of constant thoughts of worry and fear. So I do spirit art, and I enjoy it immensely. Say hello if you're on Facebook. I'd love to know who all's here. And if you have any questions about spiritual guidance, for those of you who, just a second, crying later, Deanna. For those of you who just joined, I have added a 40-minute spirit guidance session to my website because of the popularity of the 20-minute sessions and people needed more time. Those are all up on my website right now. I have 20 and 40 minutes. Hi, Maria. I'm glad you're here. So you can book those if you need guidance, all available. Deanna said, will my husband and I divorce? Ooh. Well, there's a lot of, so here's an example of spiritual guidance. This will be a brief example. I'm going to answer that for Deanna. So there are a lot of factors when you are thinking about getting divorced. You have to think of the finances for both people. You have to think about what's going on in your outside world, like what's happening around us. Can we both afford to split our household into two different households? Is it reasonable? Now, if you're in an abusive relationship, you absolutely need to leave, for sure, as safely as you can. Sometimes it takes time to get an exit plan in place, but if it's abusive, definitely go. Emotional abuse can be a little more hard to see and notice. Hi, KB. Welcome. I'm talking about spiritual guidance. I'm an evidential medium. I'm glad you're here. So I don't do yes or no predictions on divorce, on jobs, on houses, on money, on pregnancy, because there's so many factors. So I would never, in a spiritual guidance session, give you a yes or no. What I would say is something to this effect, right? We'd have a little conversation and then I would go into the discussion. Make sure you have both of your traumas worked out. If you've both worked through your traumas and you've gone to marriage counseling independently and together and it still isn't going to work, if one person's just completely checked out, there's nothing you can do. You can't make someone check back in. If one person's checked out, they're checked out. You can't force them back. So individual counseling together. Are you both willing to do the work to make the marriage work? Because sometimes One person wants to do the work, and one person wants to stay married, and the other one says they want to do the work, but they don't really do the work. So actions speak louder than words when it comes to this. Okay, Baxter, he is out after 17 years. I did file, just feel a pull. Like out of the house after 17 years? Yeah, so that's a great question. So you feel a pull. Of course you're going to feel a pull. 17 years is a long time to be with someone. So of course you're going to feel that pull. A divorce is a mourning process. You're losing someone you deeply cared about. Whether you deeply cared about them for 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, or all 17 years. You deeply cared about them. You bonded. You were intimate. You bought groceries together. You took him to the doctor or helped him when he broke his leg. You're going to mourn that. That doesn't, just because you miss someone doesn't mean it's good for you to be with them. And it's very hard. That's why a lot of divorced couples kind of ping pong back and forth intimately for a long time, because it's hard to let it go. But then you realize, oh, this was really dysfunctional and this doesn't really feel good. So just because you feel the pull, and you can still love them, but is it the right thing for you to be with them? It's really, ultimately, you have to decide what's right for you. Yeah, over an ear. He's an addict and a narcissist. Yep. Doesn't shock me. Very, very. A lot of narcissists are addicts. A lot of, 100%, I get it. They can convince you of literally anything. So in my spiritual guidance session, I'd say something to that effect. It'd be, much more of a back and forth conversation, obviously. And I would just say, look, it's ultimately up to you what you do, but yeah, mind games. Of course, trauma bond. Yes. Yep. I've seen it 1,000 times. It's textbook. They love bomb you. They draw you in. They manipulate you because they can be so, narcissists can be so charming that they convince you that they love you, and then they breadcrumb you. They give you these little breadcrumbs, and then you're like, oh, he does love me. But then for a week, they're an ass. And then you're like, wait a minute, where'd that guy go who was so sweet and nice? Now he's this jerk. And now he hurt my feelings. He degraded me, and he didn't validate my feelings. And it's just like this cycle for years. And if he's still an active addict, I would not even dare go back to him. I would not even dare. No. I'm married to a recovering alcoholic. Thank God he's been sober 26 years. But just because someone gets sober, yeah, he will change, blah, blah, blah. You're a bitch. Yeah, exactly. Textbook. Just because someone gets sober doesn't mean that all their problems and proclivities go away. They have to get into some type of program, some type of counseling. And if he really wanted to get back together with you, he'd get sober. I wouldn't go near him for a minimum of 6 months, preferably a year after he gets sober. And I would insist, if he wants to get back together, he has to go into a program of deep counseling for his narcissism, because narcissists don't really recover. If he's a true narcissist, narcissists are a little sociopathic. They don't have deep feelings. I appreciate that question, because it's a really important question, and it's really common that we have people who promise us the world, and they promise us all these wonderful things, and they lie, they cheat. He has bipolar on top of it. Yeah. Yep. That's a lot of heavy stuff. I would tell him, obviously, if you still love him, tell him how you feel, but tell him in order to preserve your sanity and to preserve your mental health and to protect yourself emotionally, that you need him to be working on himself for 1 year. 1 year. Now that I know all that other stuff, 1 year before you even consider reconnecting. Yeah. Oh, and you have a 27-year-old special needs son, and that's another layer. So he's probably, I'm just going to guess before you type anything else, your husband's been critical of that, been jealous of that, been saying, what, well, you need to spend more time with me. Why are you spending so much time with him? Why can't he figure it out himself? Like, I can only imagine what you've been through with that situation. That is heavy, heavy, heavy stuff. Of course, we should all have grace. We should all have unconditional love, but unconditional love does not mean allowing someone to mistreat you. Spot on. Hold resentment over me for it. See, textbook. I should have been a therapist. One of the first things before I changed my major, I wanted to be, psychology was my first major that I was going to pursue. But all this is through all of the years of counseling I've done, spiritual counseling with my clients for years and years and years. Plus, coming from a super dysfunctional family like I do, being married to a recovering addict, being surrounded by addicts in my family life has taught me a lot. And I've been to a lot of therapy. I've read a lot of self-help books, and I've counseled many people. So yeah, that's narcissist 101, narcissist / addict 101. And add bipolar to that, it just makes it even more complicated. So don't go back to him. They're very, very good at manipulation. They're very, very good at calling you back in. They're very, very good at saying, I need you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're not losing your mind. You're not losing your mind. Absolutely not. It is, everything you said is so common for that type of relationship. Yep, it's never too late to follow your dream, Jane said. 1 year. And I imagine in that year, you will have so much emotional growth that by the time he comes back into your life, if you would even allow him to at that point, you would have outgrown him. Because when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, they are holding you down. They are draining you. Any tiny bit of extra energy you have, they suck it right out. If they come home and you're in a good mood, they're going to do something to make you get in a bad mood. And it's classic. Like, you're not allowed to be in a good mood. They're the one that has to be in the good mood. If you're in a good mood, they're automatically grumpy. And then they'll pick a fight or something. Tell me if that's ever happened. I've seen it so many times. So yeah, I hope that, too far. I'm holding the 120 days to see it. Holy crap. Why is it so long? I'd get a restraining order just in case, but I don't know how good those are depending on what state you're in. Houston Mommy, I am talking about spiritual guidance. And the next thing on my list, actually, after spirit art, is tarot and oracle cards. And I use tarot and oracle in my spiritual guidance readings. I've also added them to my mediumship readings in certain ways. So I'm going to pull you a card, Houston Mommy, from your dad. And it's from the Cosmic Energy Oracle cards. So when I do a spiritual guidance session, if somebody asks for cards, I will bring in my cards. This is a great deck. I love it. When I have card pulls, it just makes me so happy. So, anybody on Facebook have any questions, comments, need anything you need guidance on, aside from the cold winter day? Oh, this is so beautiful. This is from your dad. Awareness. Maintain awareness. Be present in every moment. So it's so interesting because I don't know when you popped on here, Houston Mommy, exactly, but I don't know. And I don't know if you heard me talk about being present and in the moment, and not letting your mind go and go and go and go and go and go. Be present in the moment. Start a meditation practice. Be aware, be present. Don't let the mourning from losing your dad take over your mind into a spiral. So breathe deep, be in the moment, be aware. Your loved ones in spirit never, ever, 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 ever want you to be sad forever. They know you're always going to have a little bit of sadness in there, but they always want you to seek the joy in your life, because they're fine. Your dad is fine. Your loved ones in spirit are fine. Your loved ones in spirit are safe. They're at peace. They're happy. They're just observing us, and they never want you to be miserable forever. They obviously, you have to go through your mourning process, but you know, he wants you to find joy in life and not be miserable forever. Okay, so Jane said, what's the difference between the two decks? So the two oracle decks are Oracle and Tarot. I think you mean Oracle and Tarot. This is my Rider-Waite Tarot classic deck. Beautiful box. Tarot. So, you're welcome. Tarot cards. Oh, all right, Carrie, I'm coming to you next, okay? Tarot is a much more defined group of cards. It's standardized. It's pretty much standardized. Oh, well, what's your name? Houston Mommy? I don't recognize your screen name. Tarot is more standardized. Tarot comes originally from playing cards. It has 4 suits. The suits of playing cards are spades, diamonds, clubs, hearts. These are pentacles, cups, swords, and wands. And then there's this is such a powerful card. I love that it just popped up. The Sun is one of the most powerful cards in the tarot. And it is, it just blows my mind what Spirit does. Anyway, all good things come from the Sun. Victory, abundance. Look at the flowers blooming. He's holding it's a victory parade. He's riding a white horse, parading through the street. The sun is shining brightly. There are no clouds to skew the sunlight. That's an example of a major arcana. So the major arcana, one of them's the sun. You have the Hierophant. You have the star. You have the death card, the tower card. All these different major arcana, which have varying meanings. And then you have kings, queens, and in this deck, pages, which is like the jack from a regular card. So some people still use regular playing cards as their tarot cards, but that was the origin. And then there was an artist who created the artistry for the meanings of all these cards. So if you study the standard tarot and you look at the pictures on here, you can kind of read the meaning off the picture. Oracle cards, however, literally you could make them anything. Love. this is the love card, right? So the Rider-Waite, it's so good. Oh, the Hermit, that's funny. Oracle cards can literally be anything. Anybody can make an oracle card deck. You have a theme to it, and then you put different little sayings on it. You want something that's positive. You kind of want to shuffle them a lot and touch them a lot if you're going to use them. You can cleanse them with sage or crystals to kind of get the energy where you want it before you do readings. But yeah, oracle cards can be anything. I have several oracle. I have my Cosmic Energy and my Mystic Forest Oracle. I have my Star Codes Astro Oracle, my Shaman's Dream Oracle. Like, they all are very different and beautiful. And the way they fall out, the key with these cards is set an intention. Set an intention before you pull a card or cards or a spread of cards. I always set an intention for the greater good. I always set an intention for healing. I do that with all of my spiritual practices. Everything for me, I need it to be positive, uplifting, and healing. Anything negative that comes through in any of my readings is for healing to occur. When I say that, I don't mean, oh, there's a spirit stuck to you, pay me $500 to get it unstuck. I would never say that. That is not true. Don't ever pay anybody for that. So that's the difference. And then Christina, did you take a 6-month mentorship or just like a one time? I'm getting old, girl. I don't remember. But make sure that you set your intention, everything for the greater good. And then I love pulling cards. I never thought I'd be pulling cards. I never ever thought. You're welcome. Oh, Carrie. I was going to talk to Carrie. Let's pull you a couple cards, Carrie. 2 months. Oh, okay. That must have been a while ago, like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I probably recognize if I saw your last name, but don't put it on there. You don't have to. Hope. Oh, Carrie, look, that's the first one that popped out. Hope. It flipped. Oh, I love that. Oh, 3 years ago. Okay, yeah, girl, I'm getting old. I moved to Florida since then. Carrie, everything's going to be fine. You got your sanctuary at home. Well, it's just so humid here. An abundance. Oh, beautiful. One more for Carrie. You must be having your lunch break or something and sneaking to watch. Oh, yeah, Houston. I've been to Houston. That was worse than Florida as far as the humidity. I've never felt anything like that. Ugh. I thought I was breathing in liquid when I walked outside in Houston. Carrie, let me know if you're still here. Oh. Okay. You get used to it. I don't know if I would. All right. So for Carrie, hope, abundance, and trust. Okay. She must have logged off. Oh, there she is. Okay. Hope is a beam of light in the darkness, and I love this for you. I love it. Abundance comes from inner fulfillment and outer effort, which I know exactly that's what you're working on. And then trust your intuition. The universe guides you. Like, I couldn't have picked these 3 cards if I tried to be more meaningful in a row for you. Like, I just don't even know what to say about it. Like, no matter how dark an area is, a space is, a room, your feelings, one tiny bit of light gets in and it can start to open up for you. The hope, the light spreads. Trusting your intuition. Let the universe guide you, which is what you're doing. You're letting the universe guide you. And inner fulfillment. And because I know you're following your spiritual journey right now, that's where your abundance is going to come through, your inner fulfillment. I mean, hope, trust, abundance. If you want a screenshot, I'll hold them up the best of my ability to hopefully get them all on the screen. Don't look at my arms, though. I'm an older woman. Okay. Yeah, I love that. Let's see. KB over here wants a couple of cards. KB, I think I'm going to move to the Mystic Forest Oracle cards. So KB, yay, I'm glad, Carrie. My pleasure. KB is feeling anxious about changes in their life. All right, so let's pull 3 cards for KB. So the intention, so I always set an intention. So if I was doing spiritual guidance, this is a snippet of what you would get, except it would be a much longer reading, much more interactive. You get, in a 40-minute reading, you definitely get more than 3 cards. This is so funny. These cards all popped out together. All right. There's 4 of them that popped out, and since I normally pull 3 to start, I'm going to just take all 4 because I feel like Spirit popped them out the way they're supposed to. All right, so for KB, who is anxious about changes in their life, okay? Do it your way, number 1. Starlight, trust your feelings, and forge a new path. So I'm going to say this means that whatever these changes are, you are going to have to trust yourself, trust your instincts, trust your intuition. You're going to have to follow the path you want to follow, regardless of any negativity from outside sources. This is going to be a new path for you that you are forging and moving through, regardless of what other people's opinions are. And you are going to have starlight. You're going to manifest. This is manifest. You're in the process of manifesting something great for yourself. Now, when I say that, I don't mean you're going to wake up tomorrow and have $1 million in your bank account or live in a mansion next week. Manifestation is what's appropriate for you at that time. Hi, Diana. Manifestation is not always monetary gain. It can be some monetary gain, but it can also just be emotional safety, physical safety, safety in your occupation, having a salary, having medical insurance. So let me know, KB, if those, I love those cards. Let me know if those made sense. No, your husband just lost his job. So I would say that I know many people have very little to no savings anymore because of circumstances. And if that's the case for you, I'm hearing side hustle. So does he have a side hustle, or is he thinking about a side hustle, like doing something? You're welcome. You're welcome, KB. Hi, Jennifer. Is your husband like doing some kind of side hustle, side business, something like that? Music. Okay. And that can make you feel very insecure about money, because music, you never know. I mean, you basically have to get lucky to get in and to get big. So just a second, Jane, I'll get to that question. It's a good question. So it can be very frightening, and you can feel very insecure about what's going to happen next. But I'm hearing from my guides, make sure you listen to each other, support each other, have an open dialogue. Make sure your husband doesn't get mad at you if you have fears. Like, say, listen, if I talk to you about, I'm afraid about our finances, you don't want him to be mad at you. So he needs to understand that you're going to worry about that. So make sure you have a very open dialogue about that before, he goes full throttle into this music stuff, because it can be scary. And then, make sure he also tries to find some other type of gainful employment as well. And so let's see. I feel like I'm going to, no, that didn't feel right. I'll pull you a card. I'll pull one card. One card for, no. The storm just started. I can hear it ticking against my window. Make room. Make room. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Christina. So no. Create space to welcome positive change into your life. Let go of everything that doesn't align with the future you are creating. So however that applies to this situation for you, it could apply in many different ways. However it applies to you, make space for positive change. This could be the best thing that ever happened to your family, or it could be the best thing that just ever happened to you, because you're going to have to make a decision. And then I have a question on Facebook. Yeah, a lot of people are going through that. No, a lot of people. Jane said, how do you know what deck to buy, either Oracle or Tarot? Well, I started with a tarot deck. This is the first deck I bought, the Rider-Waite, the one I was using earlier. I have a very good friend who I've known probably for 25 years who's a tarot reader. I've been live with her before, Abby, the Can Astrologer. And she said, get the Rider-Waite. It's the first one. Get that. And then I went to a metaphysical store, and I just felt drawn to the astro. I don't remember what order these were in, but I felt very drawn to this deck, of course, because of my astronomy background. This might have been the first Oracle card deck I bought. I don't remember the order. I just look at them. If I'm in the store physically, I touch them and feel them, and I just feel drawn to one. I just follow my instincts, really, more than anything. Oh, thanks, Ermi. I wish you luck, sweetheart. So I just feel drawn to them. Jennifer Machado, do you want me to pull you a card? I don't feel like card is what you need, though. You're welcome. Spirit guidance about the house I'm transferring soon. Do you mean you're moving to a new house? I keep hearing cleansing, 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 cleansing. Have you had it physically cleansed and spiritually cleansed? You can go through it with white sage. You can just walk through it and say, any negative energy that's remaining in this space, please clear out. Please leave the space. Open the doors and windows for any negative energy to clear the space. Are you worried about that? Because I feel like there may be some residual energy there. Hi, Diana. Yeah, okay. So I would go in and physically clean it. Even a new house is going to have residual energy because people built the house. But if it's a house that's been lived in before, you don't know what the family has gone through in that house. Cleanse the energy. White sage, walk through it, set the intention to cleanse any negative energy. What doesn't belong to me needs to leave this space. Things like that. Yeah. It doesn't take, you don't have to be some kind of specialist in any kind of practice to do it. The most important thing is setting your intention to cleanse the space of any negative energy, period. Oh, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. You're going to be fine. It's all about the intention. It's all about the intention. Yeah, don't be nervous. It's just be confident. Take your energy into that space. You're kind of like, you want to, this is going to sound weird, but you want to bully out any negative energy. I'm not talking about negative spirits because I don't believe in negative spirits, but you kind of want to move out any negative energy. You say, I'm in charge of the space right now. Yeah, I know. My mom took me to see that when I was like 8 years old in the movie theater, and it scarred me for life, but I don't believe in any of that stuff. Allison, how did science connect for you with mediumship? I believe that science and mediumship go perfectly together. I believe that it's the house that our government officials promised me to build. Oh, interesting. Okay, just clear it out as best you can. As best you can. Science and mediumship connect perfectly because in physics, we are made of quantum particles. Our cells are made of atoms. Atoms are made of subatomic particles, which are made of quantum particles. And everything in the universe has these quantum particles, which are essentially energy. And so we connect to spirit using quanta or quantum energy. Our soul does not stay in our body. Our soul is non-local to our body. And when our body dies, our soul moves out of our body and can actually do that while we're alive. So that's how I connect with it. Great question. Oh no, what'd I do? Oh boy. Not sure what I did. Oh, yay. You are welcome. Yeah, don't be nervous. Just go in there. You're a bully of positive energy and you're bullying out any negative energy and you're telling it to go out. Make sure the doors and windows are open and just walk through and clear it out as much as you can. Christina, do you see me getting married or having a child soon? I do not make those predictions, but I always get the same information from spirit. Get your education. It seems like you're an adult by your picture. Get your trauma worked out. Get your home worked out, where you're going to live. Get your occupation worked out. Definitely work on your trauma yourself for sure. And then you will attract the right people into your life and be able to discern if that's the right situation or not. Because you've worked through your trauma, you can live independently. You don't need to depend on anyone. That's the information I get. Thank you, guys. Okay. Dawn, what do you need guidance on? Dear. A lot of sage and bleach, girl. Not too much bleach. Definitely have the windows and doors open. Okay, Dawn, I'll get to you just 1 second. Why can't scientists prove life after death then? Oh, thank you for asking that question. And you, I don't know if you're a troll or a real person, but I don't care because I love this question and it's my favorite chef's kiss question. Why can't science prove life after death? Science can prove it, but scientists have as much dogma as religions, and they don't want to prove it because scientists are, I'm going to say it, brainwashed in certain ways with scientific dogma. Don't believe it. It's not possible. It's called materialism, materialistic science. They are materialists, meaning it has to be, you have to be able to touch it to prove it. And that's bullshit. Okay? And my answer to that every time is, do you love your kids? Do you love your mother? Do you love your romantic partner? Prove it. Scientists can't prove love. You can't prove love. Do you love anybody? Anybody here love anybody? Prove it. So when a scientist asks, how do you prove it? Oh, you can't prove love. We love people who have passed away. Science can't prove that. So science doesn't want to prove it. Scientists are egotistical. Universities get paid big money from people who get paid by people to believe in religious dogma and to believe in scientific dogma, because if it's not tangible, they don't want to study it. Watch the telepathy tapes. I am going live on Facebook tonight at 8 p.m. to talk about the telepathy tapes, and it's fascinating. We should have them prove the water cycle. What we have a water cycle. I don't understand. Okay, Dawn, school and work. Oh, congratulations. Oh, doctorate costs a lot of money, but you have to think about this. I'm not sure how old you are. Okay. Yeah, the telepathy tapes are amazing. Oh, Raymond, I'll pull you a card in a minute. I'm sorry, I missed it. You have to ask yourself, Dawn, say you're 30, I don't know how old you are, and you're going to work 30 more years with your doctorate if you get it, right? If you decide to get it. Will you be able to recoup that money that you paid to get your doctorate? Will you be able to pay off any loans you may get to get your doctorate? Because you're stuck with them. Will it be worth it? So weigh the amount, unless you are very lucky and you have the money already, go for it. If you have the money, go for it. But I'm a big fan of education as far as learning things. Oh, you'll be 50 this year. So you'll probably maybe work 15 more years. Is getting your doctorate worth the amount you're going to pay compared to will you recoup that money? Unless you have the money in the bank, go for it. If you have the money in the bank, do it. But I always weigh out. Like my youngest son got accepted to a private college a few years ago. It was like $60,000 for a bachelor's degree per year, $60,000 per year for a bachelor's degree, to get a degree that he might come out making $60,000 or $70,000 a year. And it's like, no, that doesn't, no. Don't. I said, go to a different college that's not $60,000 a year. That's not worth it. All right, Raymond. So I would just weigh that. Let me pull one card for Dawn, and then I'll go to Raymond. Whoa. That got all kinds of crazy. Dawn. Cosmic energy. Yeah, how much is the program? the doctorate program. I know they can be like a couple $100,000 depending on the program. Well, girl, nothing's coming out. I'm going to switch decks because obviously that one's being stubborn. All right. For Dawn. This is frustrating me because nothing's coming out. Spirit's like, girl, you can take a break. All right. These three popped out for Dawn. Spark of life, authenticity attracts, and raise the bar. Interesting. It's so interesting. Spark of life, don't sink into hopelessness and despair, for in your lives a spark of life that is undefeated and unbeatable. You can overcome everything your destiny depends on. Authenticity attracts. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. When you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. I love that. And raise the bar, which is so interesting. Hi, Shannon. When you set higher standards for the people and situations in your life, you create space for new levels of joy and abundance. Rise above old patterns. So those are the cards. I'm starting to run out of steam, if you can't tell. I'm like super tired. I've been on here an hour. And then Raymond, if you're still on the tiki-taki, let me know. Hi, Karina. Oh, Jennifer. Raymond, let me know if you're there. All right. Card for Raymond. So everybody who joined, thank you so much. Remember, I have spiritual guidance 20 and 40 minutes. I added the 40 minutes because the 20 minutes were selling well and people wanted more time. All right, one card for Raymond. Oh, gotta pop out. Ah, oh, this is cool. Let me know. Oh, good. Don't hide. Don't hide. Dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Don't hide your talents and abilities, but use them to build your world. This tells me there's something that you're going through that's like you're worried you're not going to be successful, or you're contemplating, am I good enough for that? Should I do that? Don't hide. Stand true to yourself. Stand on your 2 feet strong and know. Okay? So that's for you, Raymond. I had the most frantic, full of friends week. I don't know what that means. I don't even know where it came from. I don't know what that means. This weather is crazy. Yeah, I know. It's storming at my house right now. All right. I am tapped out for now. I'll be back on YouTube and probably TikTok at the same time. 8 o'clock tonight. Frantic, hectic. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Linda. I will be back tonight, 8 o'clock on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern, talking about the telepathy tapes. If you watch the telepathy tapes, join me tonight at 8 on YouTube. And thank you guys for all being here. I appreciate it. I will download this and post it on YouTube later. So thank you, everyone. And I appreciate all of you and your questions. Bye.